felt for you. Oh, I regret for losing the one who loved me for who I can't go back to. Walking through all the dust and reason frame a past we simply let fade. Oh, but I don't close the door.
Taking aim for himself there as Trouble will land here. We do have Gragas nearby though.
Yep, he's predatoring in, but isn't going to be able to find Dove there. Dove with the move slightly to the left strategy. I liked it, as now Cuz, without body slams, going to have to flash away from Punch here, as Effort's going to make that first roam towards this mid lane. Battlestar comes down, there's the Emperor's Divide, and has to use the barrier that he picked up for himself. The Ignite was there, but First Blood does go to Effort with that Ignite, as Summit misses another Q, and the Battlestar very greedy there from Dove.
Absolutely. I'm just so perplexed as to why he wouldn't use his flash right at the beginning. I saw it was off cooldown unless it was some kind of spectator bug. He could have just flashed the engage, but
he was already dead. Let's have a look at this one more time and just see how dumb it was.
It is available. He sees Nautilus. Just flash. You see the Emperor's Divide. Pretty good.
What was that? As now has to flash away from Cuz. Gorilla ulti there, but Effort blocks the majority of it. Trouble Bubble will land onto Faker, so he's unable to step further forward. Undertow doesn't find the mark, and Sandbox walk away. Certainly not going to want a front-to-back team fight against the Azir Misfortune. As now, Effort seems to have found Gorilla. Root not going to be able to offer too much damage back there, but there's the stand behind me from Gorilla. And now Summit diving in onto 3 people. Flash out from Teddy is now Effort going to be Summit's target. Punch is moving on over though. Dove running extremely quickly. But thankfully there's a blast cone, and Sandbox are unable to find any of the T1 members. Because what that teleport did was gave lane priority back to Canna once again. But now Punch moving on in here. He's just going to soak up the culling, and that was just a gifted kill over to Canna. All the rest of the abilities are going to miss him. In fact, donate $300 over to your opponent. As he's going to face check once again. Undertow is going to land, but only onto Effort as he takes a... I was going to say a rude word there.
Faker's tried to Emperor's Divide Shelly, but it did it too late.
True
Cuz is going to die.
Oh, nice work. Snipes off Cuz there. That's a Gen 80 carry for you guys. It's kind of here towards the bottom side, and will spot Cuz making his way in. It is a 3-man dive. There's also Faker making his way in. The Summit does have flash available, but there's the Emperor's Divide already. Cuz is being taken down. 100% worth there for Sandbox. They will lose a turret, but the turrets are traded. And now Root in this mid lane trying to push this one up as well. No matter what. As Canna going to get knocked up here as Summit looks for it, doesn't find the Infernal Chains, as does get the last hit of that Q, as now Gorilla's going to make his way down. Summit with the World Ender should be able to get this one done, and that is the bounty gold going over to Sandbox's King of Aatrox on the top side of the map.
Getting this Aatrox big and fed, and even the Zoe and Ezreal farming pretty well. We got another team fight here, though.
Yep, there's the Dreadline that comes out. Unbreakable looking to try and get Root out of there. Brilliant cast from Cuz, demonstrating his skills on this Gragas. It means that Gorilla has nowhere to go, and a double kill lands in the lap of Teddy. This is super good for T1, is now Dove looking for a paddle star, but not going to get it onto Effort there. Not enough vision available as he gets himself underneath this turret, and they should be able to defend it. Dumb number. That is crazy high. As Summit's going to die here towards the bottom side, Faker just sweeps him onto Teddy, and the culling will pick up that kill. Summit was very dead in that particular team fight, is now looking to trade it for Effort, but not going to be able to. Double luxury items, as he also has the stopwatch, as that cannon creep was nailed by Teddy, as you can see. And this Trouble Bubble unable to be capitalized on, apart from the True Shot Barrage, which shreds. Quite as easily as there is the Glacial Fissure just to try and deter T1 from this particular turret, as the Cloud Drake once again opted in for, but T1 say, well, we'll just take your inhibitor turret this time around, as Sandbox are endlessly punished for their rotations towards dragons. Not entirely sure what their affinity is for that particular one, but it is bad news,
Oh,
Bears.
effort.
As Good Night Effort is going to be able to proc his stone plate, but he's definitely going to be dead.
Far ahead T1R. You know, the gold difference doesn't tell the whole story, as we've said multiple times.
Well, Teddy getting collapsed on here by Summit. He's looking for it, but there's the stopwatch, and the culling is going to be there to try and keep him alive. Teddy now doesn't have any lifesteal in this build, but as the flash comes over, he puts a bullet into the skull of the Aatrox. And now Faker gets the Emperor's Divide, but good flash from Root. Sorry, Arcane Shift from Root is going to get himself out of the way. There's the depth charge from Effort, but it's a great ulti from Gorilla, all for naught, as the Nautilus does pick up the dredge line, and then Cuz delivers Gorilla to safety. And to be perfectly honest, I want to give player of the game to whoever's been making the macro calls here for T1, because to be perfectly honest, they've been immaculate. Just amazing. Capitalizing on every movement. As now Summit looking for this one. Sun Turret is put up as Faker now underneath it, but Summit not going to have those Infernal Chains working out as he goes golden. Teleport will come in towards the backside as Summit just going to be taken down by the Phalanx set up here by T1. And Root was thinking that this was going to be time for a fight, but then unable to actually regroup as Bullet Time shreds the health bars of Sandbox. And it's like T1 have a handicap against Sandbox right now. Like, they just started the game with more stats. It's ridiculous how far ahead they are at this point in the game as they're looking to take down Nexus turrets. They've got a hot date tonight, and they do not want this game going past 35 minutes. Sandbox now underneath this turret, but there are no more inhibitors remaining. Even Effort happy to step up with barely a health bar. Cuz as well, as there's Emperor's Divide swiping the floor with this Sandbox roster. And only Dove is remaining. He'll have to watch his Nexus fall down from the Death Chamber as Faker finishes it off with a triple kill.
Head up in inferno, heaven in your arms, I'm caught in the night till you come around and make me warmer. I can feel my heart rush faster when we touch. Laying at your side and I hope you can feel my love. So catch me when I fall.
Having some more losing matchups here in this game as Cuz is going to move on in. Summit in a little bit of trouble. Punch going to turn up at exactly the right time though, as there goes the pillar, and Canna with the acceleration gate is looking to get himself out of the way. Punch not done yet though. Wants to get towards a cube, but doesn't have it.
Yeah, you know, I like the way that they responded to that. They knew that they were in a lot of danger, especially against Lee Sin, even though, you know, Punch was down a level. Lee Sin does have pretty insane early game power. Trying to deny this back, and he will. And now
Q is
Cuz
going
has
to land
to
as well.
stay.
I mean, Punch actually looking to try and get another Q to land here onto Cano. He will have that cooldown very, very soon as he does safeguard in, but there's a minion wave.
The side of Cuz, so it looks kind of funny, but I suppose it does make sense, as now he's getting engaged more.
Yep, ultimate available there from Summit. Throws it down. Harm, no foul. Punch going to move on over, but oh my goodness, no. Root is going to be caught out of his bullet time that was just being used to clear the wave, as there's a killer instinct, but not going to be able to find the kill as Canna boops back Summit. And now, if he finds any abilities, Punch is going to move on in here. Has to dodge this one. Flash now on cooldown. Punch lines it up and finds the Q.
Was wondering who was going to win that game of chicken. Then it becomes very predictable where you're going to run. So Punch was able to get that done.
Well, now Punch is going to die, Valdez, unless he can safeguard his way out. Void Seeker picks the gap in between the Sandbox members. Looks like Shelly will be consumed here by T1 as Cuz picks that one up, and now Summit being collapsed upon. Flash in from Effort, and he will be able to find the chain CC to lock that one down. Well, he's just going to let this one go. This is not one of the objectives that T1 are going to be playing for. We'll check in on what the next Drake is after this replay as Punch expended half of his health bar, and really for no reason. That's going to mean that Shelly does go over to T1, and Summit was fighting Canna, but that's not a 1v1. The rest of T1 are here, and then Effort with a very easy flash into the passive for the stun, and then a very comfortable dredge line is now Faker looking for a 1v1. Will not find it here in this mid lane.
Yeah.
That is an OGN Legion move. Has the collective been replaced by the OGN Legion is the question. Is Cuz now looking to jump in onto Dub. Oh, the dredge line is going to nail the kill, and it's delivered over to Faker. Perfect here for T1.
It makes it very hard to just flash away. You know, in that case, it wasn't like game 1 where he could have easily flashed. Just here's Summit dying again.
Well, he's not going to die just yet. Shock Blast not going to find the target. We can see Cuz held on to his pillar. And Summit now, look, Canna learnt. Have a look in his inventory. That is denial of the healing. As something fell down, Teddy has found Punch, who's going to be denied his back. Killer Instinct comes in, but the dredge line is not going to find the target. And T1 are just going to have to walk away. Dark Binding is going to keep effort in place and deny any re-engage. Teddy still had his Killer Instinct available. You best believe that he will be utilizing that one. As there's Punch going in with his Q, but I don't think this is for any good reason, as that's a double kill for Canna. And Summit teleports into a situation he doesn't want to be in anymore, and he's going to wander towards his turret and look to see whether he can defend it, which he can, but not before two of his other teammates do fall down. Throws the bubble in the wrong direction, as now Summit, he's going to flash, but I have a feeling that he is still doomed. There is so much CC available, and Effort's even going to light him on fire, so T1 are going to be able to take down the top laner, and honestly, the only hope that there is for Sandbox. Sort of very reminiscent of the amount of hope that Sandbox have in this particular game. As Effort's going to get bound, does have his stone plate already completed, is now Punch. He might just get flashed on, and he does. Dredgeline going to land yet again, and Effort turns around, getting caught into catching Sandbox unawares. Is now Faker taken down to about half. Bullet time comes in, Effort in a bit of trouble there, but able to move himself over. And is going to be able to survive as Gorilla takes half of his health bar there. Sandbox do now have themselves. He'll need to land this Shock Blast, but there's a conga line in the way, unfortunately. Going to move on in here as his position is known, as Dove will have to hit this bubble. I don't even know whether he's going to be able to do it. Yeah, it's down, so he's not even going to be able to get out of there, and Canna just obliterates him. Doesn't have Naturals in the build this time around, as now Canna might be getting caught out as Dove looks for him to try and get revenge, but again, another sleepy trouble bubble is going to go wide. And Faker not going to find the Moonfall there as Punch gets himself over the wall. Gorilla with a decent black shield. Currently 35 CS in the hole. As you can see, Faker building towards a pretty cool hat, as there is a flash depth charge, sorry, dredge line, and a very deadly Sin. Oh, thankfully this redemption comes in to try and pull some of it back there as Cuz looking to try and dive under the turret. Dove will collect an entire Q as Punch going to be obliterated. Faker finds the backline. Teddy 1v1ing Dove, just going to move on over. Does have the Ignite ticking, and I believe Teddy will still fall down as now Summit looking to try and pull one back. Faker going to die as well as Cuz trying to run away. He will be able to do so as Canna down at 100 health, but will be able to reduce your health bar to nothing. I don't know, man. Punch doesn't have a lot of defensive statistics right now. As Faker moving down from the top side. Sandbox do have vision on this Baron, as there's another dredge line that comes in, but Effort might actually be sacrificed here, and he is going to go down, but now Faker finds his way in, is going to pop the Moonfall, does a lot of damage, and now there's Teddy to come in and clean up. As Dove's going to go down, the flash utilized there, and Teddy's going to get his revenge, as Root is well and truly out of position. He's saying, why can't I go the way of the Jin Air 80 carries and head to T1 as well? But the answer is going to be no. The red team that he headed towards was Sandbox, and in this particular series, that was the wrong choice.
They're just going to go for it. 31 minutes might be the game time here for both games, just back to back. T1, they're able to fully ace the enemy team. It looked kind of wishy-washy and messy to start the fight, but because Faker was able to keep everybody around, they're going to wait for the potential kill there. Not quite going to get it, as the Nexus will go down and T1 will...